Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports. So let me say a pleasant welcome to the first day of the week. It's a fresh morning here in Liberia. Today is uh, October 27, 2025 here in Liberia. Sports Extra with Elijah Pine, Edwin Badafoyan. We're going to drill you through our story happening during the week. Some of you that was unable to make your way to their team venues to be able to watch the game, as to get acquainted to the result. We'll be able to announce the results across all venues in Cape Mount, uh, as well as Kakatad, while we were Buchanan City as well. The Doris Wooden Sports Pay, SKD Paripay, Tusafi, D12. So big news on yesterday when we said that, like, while others were saying David Kekolaya, Worogizi SC got a crucial win over defending champion FC Fasel, and it was just a happy day for the boys of Worogizi. The Lofa boys have their first win of the season after failing out to Freeport FC at the D12. They got their first win into the second game, defeating defending champion 2-1. So we're talking about this issue about the bill being presented to the House of Senate to be observed and also passed to the House of Representatives by the River G County Senator Jonathan Bocha Segbe, who presented requesting that land given by late President Samuel Kando, the former late President of Liberia, Samuel Kando, in 1988, when Liberia defeated Ghana. And the president by then gave each players plot of land located at the FD8 area. And up to now, the players yet to get that land. And many of the players are kind of concerned, how can we get the land? According to the senator who was also part of that team in 1988, the former national team player Jonathan Borchas Simwe said that the proclamation was made by the former and late president Samuel Kando that each of the players will be given a plot of land. And also, but then the euphoria was high. Everyone was celebrating their win, defeating Ghana in the World Cup qualifying match, and they will have to. All of them, they have that euphoria. All of them, they was happy, and the joy was too much. The president make the proclamation, and every one of them. Since then, they yet to run after it. So the senator is saying that it's important that they run after these things because it belongs to the players, the former players of Liberia. Some of them are no longer alive, but many of them are alive as well. It's important that this land be given to them as to being appreciated for what they did for Liberia. What if the senator said again that the reason of him. But then those players need to put that head on the chopping board. What we said here in the chopping board, and they will have to play for all. They have to, you can see that sense of patriotism in the players. Whether they have it or not, they will play for that all. Then the national team, that is just real 11 team. So they were promised, and that plot of land yet to be given to them. So we bring the video of Senator Jonathan Butcher Sokwe, the senator of River G County there in the southeast. And we'll also talk about these happenings at the level of the Liberia Football Association, wherein Liberia Football Association came out with new rules and order for the upcoming, for this ongoing league season. This ongoing league season, that before a referee go to officiate a match, the referee will be tested whether he's alcohol free. If he refuses to be tested, that referee would not be able to officiate the match. But if he or she have been tested and then they have been caught with alcohol, while they have taken alcohol before going to the game, they will be found by the Liberia Football Association. But we'll bring you the happen in relations to the fund. What do the fund state, and what are the penalties to be given? So they say if this season, the LFA through the medical committee will conduct a test on all match officials, including referees and match commissioner, prior to the start of the league matches. Any official found to have alcohol in their system will face 1 year suspension from all football-related activity. So if a referee having to take in liquor before going to the match, go to officiate the match, the Liberia Football Association is saying you will be tested by the Melee Committee of the Liberia Football Association, and they will have to test you if you have been found that you drank before coming on the field, you drank alcohol before coming on the field, you will be suspended for 1 year from all football-related activity. What are some of the proceedings for the league season as well? According to the 2025-2026 rules and regulation, random drug tests will be conducted on players from all clubs. Drug tests will be conducted on players from all clubs during the ongoing LFA season. Any individuals found to have tested positive for a banned or prohibited substance will be suspended from all football-related activity for a minimum of 1 year. So if a player having to be caught of taking any substance, what we call prohibited substance, I have to do with taking in cigar, going to play, you take in drugs. Some of the players take in tramadol. Some of the players will go and take in some water substance, taking alcohol as well. That player will be suspended for the minimum of 1 year according to the Rules and Regulation Committee of the Liberia Football Association. So some of the regulations as well in the rules for this season, according to the Liberia Football Association Rules and Regulations for 2025-2026, any club president from holding ownership or shared in 2 different clubs with the same division will face a 5-year suspension. Additionally, the clubs associated with the violation will be immediately relegated on the day of offense if confirmed. So if a club president having to be found with support or having share in another club in the same division, for example, I'm the club president of Elijah FC, then my team is participating into the first division league. Then I have Clarence FC, one of the team, and then I have a shared in Clarence team. Definitely, I will be suspended for all LFA activities from the Liberia Football Association for 5 years. And additional clubs associated, my club will also face relegation. My club will be relegated. So if we're in the first league, you'll be relegated to the second league. If you're in the second league, you'll be relegated to the third league. If your president will have share in other club, because The Liberia Football Association is trying to prevent conflict of interest just in case my club is playing another club that I have share in. Definitely, you're going to see that will be exhibited because the game will not be tough when it comes to front of relegation. We'll have to do other things. Also, the Liberia Football Association season predetermined result associated by clubs or representative will result in the deduction of 20 points and 15 goals from the involved clubs. Predetermined result orchestrated. So results orchestrated. For example, club having to go to the league and say, oh my man, since we know you're coming to be relegated on go different to another club, will make you to be able to defeat all 5-0 so you can be able to get over the other club in terms of relegation. And the rules and regulation committee say that club will be deducted 20 points and 15 goals will be deducted from their goals score. So these are the things we're going to talk about. Edwin and I, we're going to discuss that in terms of the new regulations relating to referees, club president, club players. We're going to talk about that. What does it mean for our league? What's the importance of it? What does it bring to the league in terms of the credibility of the league? And what do we hope to see in the nearest future? We'll go for this break. When we come back, Clarence Edwin will join me yet on this edition of Sports Extra to talk more about the happiness in the world of sports. So let me say thank you. Like I said, we're going to talk more about it. We're going to talk how we see football beyond why it is. We're going to talk about some of the learning factors in terms of the rules and regulations from the Liberia Football Association in the new league season. As Lone Star player Jonathan Bossa Segwe is now senator of River G County, uh, put up a bill before the House of Senate requesting that land promised to ex soccer players, ex Lone Star players should be given to them by former President Samuel Kando. And when Liberia Lone Star defeated Ghana in 1988, and and that victory resulted into the president making a proclamation, the president coming out, according to him, when the president make a statement, it becomes a law because he is the president. And government is continuity. According to him, government is continuity. So as to what has been said by the former president of Liberia, that should be given to the players, the ex Lone Star players. they do have right to that land because they fought for it. And according to him, when he was questioned by some of us that went at the press briefing to talk about the land issue, he said that we asked about why is it now you have to come up with these things for over years now, when we said over 2 decades, and now you're coming out with this issue. Do you think that the Lone Star players can be able to get this plot of land? And he said that then he was not at the table, or not at the head of Arikid in where he be able to talk. They've been talking in the sideline, but they've been able to reach it on the table to the House of Legislature as to push it for the president of the Republic of Liberia to be able to come out. He said now of his position as senator, he think it's time that he will be able to invite the Minister of Youth and Sports and also talk about this land issue, and also the Minister of Youth and Sports will be able to meet the president, and the president to be able. For the question is, this land in question, there are occupants on the land. What will happen to them? What will become of them at the end of the day? We, will there not be chaos in terms of commotion when there is an eviction for sale land for the players, in terms violence, because they will be invaded when it comes to the rightful owners of the land, the Lone Star players. But he also talked about, I think the land is not occupied. Even if the land is occupied, currently those that are on the land, they are not the legitimate owners of the land. So we're going to listen to him. We'll break in that video. His former Lone Star player, Junington Watcher Somwe.
So with respect to the issue of the land acquisition, Liberia remembers when we play the Ghana Black Star, and we beat them 2-0 here in Liberia. The then president, Dr. Samuel Kanyundo, gave each player $5,000. Used to be in a blue bags, the dough coin we're using. Each player have 5,000 and a plot of land in a FDA community, right back here, where the FDA is, Forestry Development Authority. And since then, that parcel of land had not been given to any of the players. I heard you when you read your question saying how many players. There were 36. 36 members of the team were always going to camp with 36 members. And so, including the coaches, were all promised, because when he gave the 5,000 each, everybody had that 5,000 as well. So, the land was given, the area was designated. To my recollection, I don't think anybody went after it. The euphoria was too much. Everybody was celebrating our victory, and we did not go after the land. Yes, it's been a while, but because it's been a while doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And so I tried to ask some questions as to what has happened to that land, and I'm getting conflicting information. Someone says the housing authority has some jurisdiction over that. They have leased some of the land to other people, squatter right. Someone said NASCOP has authority over here, but I know that the line ministry responsible for that at this point is supposed to be the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And so I'm asking the National Legislature to call the Ministry of Youth and Sports and let them come and explain to us why we have not gotten that land and what is the situation now. I hear people say it's been a while. Yes, it's been a while. But the government of Liberia has the fiduciary responsibility over the administration of any public land. So these lands are public land, and the government promised us. Someone asked whether there are any papers. No. When the president speaks, it's a policy. You don't need people. The president spoke loud and clear. The whole Liberia was celebrating us. And so at this point, I'm asking what has happened to that piece of land and why the players have not gotten it yet. That was my concern. Another concern in the same communication you alluded to was that the Liberia national team, the Lone Star, having home games here in Liberia, we are camping at Colony Hotel. We owing the people money. We ask them to give us the place, we'll pay them later. They too are Liberians, so they do it, but we have to pay them. We have a stadium here with a modern hotel that was built purposely for hosting our national teams. It's being run now as a hotel, but we are leasing other people hotel when we have this thing here. So I want to know what is happening to that stadium, that hotel, and why we cannot count our national team there. Those were my concerns. And you wanted to know what was the reaction of the Liberian Senate? Yes, people embraced the idea. In fact, maybe about 2 or 3 persons weren't there when we played at the time. But everybody else in there saw the game. They were here. They heard those announcements. They were all in a jubilant mood, and we are trying to seek the payback at this point. Let me say to you, there are people in this country who have acquired properties only by shooting gun. These people went to fight for Liberia on the field and we redeemed our country. The president saw, that as a gesture to give to us. Somebody is saying it's too late, it stayed too long. We have not gotten it.
But you've not been raising this issue.
So I have raised it now. I wasn't at the table before. I'm there now. Let me tell you something. There are problems and there are issues. The problems were always here. They will always be here.
Okay.
But when the problems are elevated to the level of the social strata, then it becomes an issue. I'm working with local here. I didn't raise that thing here. But now I'm sitting down to where decisions are made. So I have that fiduciary responsibility to raise this issue. If I don't do it, posterity will hold me responsible tomorrow. Or they don't have let's not call it power.
Okay.
But anybody can go on radio and talk about it. Anybody can go there and just say something. You would not have been here today if Alexander Chineke Fremo will go on OK FM or True FM or whatever FM and talk about this thing. He will go the next day. So where I'm seated, that's the position of strength. And so when I speak about it, it becomes a national issue. That's why we're discussing it today.
Okay. The 2-0 game that brought the land.
It was a friendly match. It was either a World Cup or African qualifier, but it was not a friendly match.
Since you raised this issue in line with your teammates, have they been reaching out to you, applauding you for?
So I consult before I act.
Okay.
So I've consulted multiple people. Everyone too confused, including the minister himself. I asked him, he said, Charlie, but I don't know who they get the other one. The other one, I say, I will call you. When you come, you tell Liberian people. Because the thing that me and you talking about, you joking for. So he will come there. He will come and he will tell us. We will get a real story. But that land has to be given to those people. I read one comment from, I think your station, you were okay, right?
Yes.
On your station, on your page, somebody wrote, what are that the land I'm waiting for to build my house. One of those things. But anyway, that's the fun of it. But on a very serious note, those guys deserve that property. Let's give it to them. If the ones who were given before are not available, government can land. They will find somewhere else. But don't let the people have their land. And let them do with it what they choose. So with respect to...
So you listen to him and talk about the land as to the legitimate owner of the land that was promised to the players, the Lone Star players back then in 1988. That all of the players that played back then, they deserve that, and it need to be given to them. Someone's asking, are there documents to prove that the players do have a legitimate right to that land, or it's just a verbal saying. And you listen to the senator, it was a proclamation by the president, the then president, Samuel Kando, that when they won the game, when each of the players was given 5,000 Dole coins, but then they were referred to as Dole coins into the bag, and every one of them were happy. And the president came out again and said, "I'm going to give each of you a plot of land along the FD8 area. Yeah, that's the Forestry Development Authority area going and the Kakate Highway. With those of you that know that place along the FD8 area today, that land has been occupied by people, by Liberians, by citizens. How can they get this land? That's the issue. But can it be passed? Can the legislature concord? Because what I understand, what I used to report at the legislature, when there is a bill from the Senate, they have to pass through the representatives, and they will have to act upon it. If you haven't to pass, then they will be able to go on to the president for the president to affirm it and make it a law. So, as it relates to what is happening, I think the Minister of Youth and Sports need to be invited by the Senate. The Minister of Youth and Sports need to be invited by the Senate and need to be questioned if you have any idea concerning what is happening, concerning the current land issue surrounding ex soccer players. Like I said, we will be able to meet out other ex soccer players like J and J Johnson and Johnson. We're going to make Johnson, and we're going to talk to him concerning, because there are some players too that played then in 1988. They played. We're going to make Calvin Sengbe. We're going to ask him concerning this land issue. We're going to make some players as well. Some like ex soccer players are still in the country. James Salisa Diba is here. We're going to meet James Salisa Diba. We're going to talk to him. We're going to ask him about the issue, and he's going to tell us more about this land issue. If the land was promised them, why is it that up to now they don't have that land, and what is happening to them in terms of moving out? And other thing, people get on the street to protest, but the ex Lone Star player refused to come out. They refuse to even go on the radio to talk about it. So Senator Songwe coming out with it now it's sounding strange to other people. Though some of his colleagues, some of his teammates are applauding him for what is happening, for his step taking, but some of them are just sitting back, acting that nothing has happened, or acting like nothing is going on. I think they need to step out there themselves. They need to back the statement when there is a petition written to the House of Representatives, aside from what the senators have put before the House of Senate. If there is a petition written to the House of Representatives, and the S Lone Star player can peaceful assemble at the House of Legislature to be able to petition the legislature, for the legislature to come out and be able to pass this in order for them to get their benefit. Remember, those players that we're talking about, they fought for Liberia. They make Liberia name at the World Cup qualifier. They also took Liberia to the African Cup of Nations twice. And you may be there where these soccer players I'm talking about, these were the only players that took Liberia to the African Cup of Nations two times. And since then, Liberia yet to go to the African Cup of Nations, since the leg of Jonathan Boza Simbe, the leg of Kevin Simbe, the leg of Josh Manuel, James Salisa Diba, J and other players today, Pee Wee Desmond, the leg of them. Since then, we yet to go to the African Cup of Nations. We need to pay them for what they did for the country. We need to award them what belongs to them, should be given to them, because they fought for it and they fought for this country with their all. Like what he said, they used to play with all they have. Then when we question concerning comparing their days with now, Liberian players, how can do his comparison in terms of the players, in terms of the team? According to him, currently we have skills, but we don't have team. Talents are in the country, but there is no team. But then Joshua 11, they used to put in that all. The team used to be together. Players used to play from their heart. They used to play with their all. Our current players, everything is about money. You listen to it, that's what he said. Everything is about money in the current players. They don't sacrifice. We understand that the world have changed. But do we have to get players now that would be like Josh Weah, Kevin Sengwe, that would be able to play like Jonathan Sogwe, that would behave like James Alisa Diva, play with their all for the country? That sense of patriotism, do we have to see it again? The world have changed. We understand, but we understand that those of you that are playing the game as well, you know you are a Liberian. You need to put in all. We know in terms of support, we say support is lacking. This support have been lacking from ever since 1988 as well, when the team played Ghana and they won Ghana. Since 2002, when the team went to the African Cup of Nations, support was lacking. But there are individuals that used to reach out to the team. We understand. But what can we do currently? So this issue of this land, Saka will need to reach out to other players. We're going to reach out to learning ministries or agency to talk about this, and they're going to talk to us as sports journalists in relation to the current happening. We'll go for this break. When we come back, we talk about the happening at the level of the Liberia Football Association, the new league season, the new rules and regulations that we mentioned in terms of restrictions when it comes to the league. Let's go for this break to be back. So welcome back with 24 minutes to go on the Monday edition of Sports Extra. Like I said, we're going to talk about some of the rules, or if not all, the rules and regulations surrounding the new league season from the angle of the Liberia Football Association, what it meant for the league, what it meant for our players, as well as our officials in terms of the referees, the commissioners, what it meant for them in terms of officiating the match. And we're also going to talk about this current league season. What do we foresee to be a formidable force with the leg of the defending champion now has been defeated to newly promoted First Division side Worogizi FC after starting on a good note, defeating Heaven 11 one goal to nil at the SKD party pitch. They went away to Worogizi FC at the D12 field in the borough of Nukuta. They were defeated 2-1. And a lot of things happened. It determined get a win over senior female professional 4-1. Shatter Injured dominated newly promoted Upper Women League team, and Falconet FC who won the championship of the lower league playoff in Liberia. So Evelyn, let me say welcome again to your own show. Today is Monday 27th. Long weekend we had in terms of sporting activity across Liberia.
Definitely, Elijah Pond is good to be here. We have come again to talk about those issues that are relating to sports in our country, Liberia. Today is the 27th of October, and in the next 4 days, we might be ending October, heading to the month of November. But round two was a good round of matches in the LFA First Division League, the Women's Upper League, the Second Division, and also I took a key study in the interview with the you did with the senator Bosha and the former Invincible 11 player. I studied the interview, watched it more than 5 times, and I was like, even when he made the call during the House of Senate sitting, uh, on Thursday, I told a friend of mine that he's stressing a very brilliant point, and there are two key things I do take from what he explained. One is that talking about the land promised by former president, by then president, the late Sam Walker and those who made a huge pledge to them that each player could receive a plot of land. The Liberia defeat Ghana and successfully the date defeated Ghana. And then up to now, we're talking about almost something like 2 decades now, approaching 2 decades. And that promise haven't yet been fulfilled. But per the Constitution, when the president speak, it began a proclamation by law that when he speak, no one dares to probably maybe defy his statement. And the second one that I took from the interview, where he did talk about the Golden Key Hotel currently as we speak. I think the Golden Key or Golden Gate.
Yeah, that's Golden Gate.
Golden Gate Hotel. What you see there, they have the China Mall, the Eco Fresh mineral water, and that of the hotel. It was that particular day that I know that that hotel was built for the national teams of Liberia, ranging from under 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, the late 21. And then, unfortunately, coming up as a kid, I didn't know that this hotel was built for our national team. To my utmost surprise, I come up to see being owned by Chinese people. It's one of the most popular Chinese hotel now in Liberia. And then the senator stresses the point that I come up and said to myself, why would such facility be given up? It just tells us that people in our country don't love football at all because it brings bad feeling, it brings disappointing one to us. What will we tell our born children or our children who are coming up who are just 1 or 2 years? Will we tell them that this hotel was built for the footballers but have been loaned or sold to SYZ people? It's something that I do believe that the government still have the full power, the full right, the full authority to either refund whatsoever that was spent on that hotel and get that property back. If I don't know if it was sold
Yeah,
or not,
if it was sold
or
to the
it
Chinese
was leased.
people, that's a conflicting part about it that we need to find out about that. If it was given to them, or do do they have to lease it because of the government in need of certain amount of money? They need to be. I think you're scratching a good point, Edwin. That money should be given back to the people.
So that's the point about it. But the first thing, if it was leased, it's gonna be returned. If it was bought, I think they can do that re-contract agreement. They can terminate the buying contract of it, and then we can make a progress. But it's actually really, really disappointing. But the biggest question is that the land promised by former president Samuel Kando supposed to them, is the land still available?
Yeah,
These are questions we should be
yeah, that's a
asking.
question.
Is the land still available? One, is the land free? Two, does the government have full support right to take the land and give it out to these players? Three, these are things we should be looking at because when you talk about the FD area, there should be a community named as a Doe complex, the Doe estate. You have more than 100 of Liberians who reside there. Now there are government land in that area. People have built their houses, their business offices, all at that facility. Now there's a proverb that say development brings destruction.
Yeah,
So
development come with pain.
yeah, so these are things that we should be looking up to.
Yeah, these are things we're going to be looking at too. But let's try to bring you through quickly as it relates to some of the regulations from the Liberia Football Association Rules and Regulation Committee. Edwin, we talk about uh, referees will be tested prior to a match game, or to a date of the game, or at the game venue by medics from the Liberia Football Association, including referee match commissioner prior to the start of the league matches any official found with alcohol in their system will face 1 year suspension. How do you make of this?
That's a very good and the bold step taken by the Liberia Football Association. It's good that we say no to doping within our football area. I believe that the players, the officials, the referees will be tested because, especially the referee, they play a major role in the match in our football area. They helped a lot in developing of the game to make the league more professional, and they have that power to make it more professional and unprofessional. They have the power to say, "Oh, yes, today we're gonna have a really excellent match, and it's gonna be a successful game." There are a lot of things.
So the
Around.
referees now will have to be tested if they are found with alcohol in a system. So, for example, Edwin is officiating a match. If you take in liquor an hour to the game, the liquor being used to.
It could be
Yeah.
probably like other people who normally drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know or that kind of level or the visibility within the 16
Okay.
last for. But like for an example, like if I'm getting the stomach pain or I'm feeling hungry, I drink Coke soft drink, and whenever I drink the Coke soft drink, it lasts for like approximately 30 minutes, and then I feel like I'm ready want to eat again. If I don't want to eat rice and then I have to drink, okay, let's say an example of a coconut water. When you drink $50 coconut water or $100 coconut water, it feels like you vomited a bowl of rice, and then but you will feel good, you feel correct, just like the cold water or cold bottle of water. But the point here is that it does not stay longer in the body because after 1 or 2 hours you feel more hungry that you want to eat. The hunger comes with shot and strength. So but I don't know about the alcohol, so I can really speak to that, maybe probably to
Because
say
when it comes to alcohol, you take in alcohol, you get different sense of feelings. Alcohol, it gives you different sense of movement. You officiating the match, you in the middle of the park, and then you are drunk. Some of the decisions will just be A-word decisions. These decisions will not be professional. At times, you notice that the referee will just sound the whistle. Nothing has happened. Just sound the whistle is. And what you hear the film will say is that the other referee jungle.
yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
so I think that this kind of rule is
And,
important.
and the
I
physical
believe
morphology
you should
sometimes
also
of
understand that our referees too, they are professionals.
yeah.
They will not take in an alcohol to go to officiate on a match. They will not take in alcohol to go officiate a match. They are very professionals that though there are some bad apples among the good ones, but our referees in Liberia over the years they have been professional. But if they are found doing these things, I think they deserve a punishment. But good step taken by the Liberia Football Association. Let's talk about random draw tests to be conducted on players from all clubs during the ongoing league season.
Yes, because we want to start introduce anti-doping tests and we want to stop doping the league. I do believe that that's a very bold step. I can remember a few months ago when I was at QFM, I covered the very first workshop of anti-doping organized here by FIFA in Liberia at the Colonial Hotel in the former Palm Spring in Congo Town, and I had a basic knowledge on anti-doping because other players, other human, right? Like I used to know a friend who was in high school together in Kakata. He was a very good player, but if this guy don't drink alcohol or if he don't smoke the grass, you don't get the best out of him.
Wow.
I don't know, but
It's because of
whenever
an addiction.
yeah, whenever he smoke or he get a kaya, they had us something that kaya that when you eat you get dizzy. He will eat that frozen milk like something like $200 to $300 and it used to be sold for $50. And when he get on the pitch, you will forget about Ronaldo, you'll forget about Messi, you'll forget about George Weah. You think that he's the best footballer in the world. And in the first 45 minutes, he run without boundary
All over the page.
all over the page. You don't pour in that triangle. Trust me, you pour into the triangle, I give it 2 minutes. he'll get a touch of that ball. But the moment you have the last 10 minutes, and we used to call him Kaka, I can call his real name. When the last 10 minutes is remaining in that match, you see, when the substance gets absorbed, that's the time Kaka tries to struggle. Then you will pass Kaka the ball. When he'll be passing, like his legs are heavy. And the moment the final whistle goes, he lies on his back and look up. You think that he's concentrating. If you don't go and work him up or take him from that position, he must sleep there.
Wow.
So the elephant think that it's necessary to do these things, or they do them because some player uses as an advantage.
Okay.
Like now, let's set an example. Heaven 11 is against Watanga, and we assume that Heaven 11 key players are Yaya Belete, Wellon Gibson, Abba Swain, and then they need to win Watanga by all costs. But Yaya's injury, Wellon Gibson is not fit. Likewise, Abba Swain is not 100% fit. All Watanga players are in full, and Watanga are ready. Will these players be fit? Watanga always defeating Heaven 11. There's some. They haven't played 2 times and Watanga 1 or 2. Now the players are absent, but it's a must win for Heaven 11. And then the medical team know that these players are absent from the match, and their absence will causes the team a huge setback, a possible the worst defeat in that fixture.
Okay.
Now the medical team tell the coach, we can't afford. The coach tell the team that we can't afford losing these guys. We need the match. It's very important. This is one of our bitter rivals. This is the Prince of Derby. We must win by all costs. If we win today, we'll go first place on the table. Next week, we'll get draw and then we'll win the league. Now, okay, the doctor said, okay, coach, but I'll see what to do. And if you get a painkiller injection before a match, it's referred to as doping.
Yeah, you having to inject the players.
Yes.
I can remember. I don't know what this was doping. What we used to do back then when we were playing the league.
The glucose.
We used to take in. Sometimes it's not taking in. We used to rub the burning ointment.
Yeah.
We rub the burning ointment. We call it koto, and you rub that under the hot sun. There is no staining for you. You just all over the place. Do you think that kind is a doping as well?
I think probably is we kind of doping when you rub them all over your body.
Okay.
Yeah, but probably you normally feel a pain in the knee, right?
Yeah, we used to rub it all over your body because you want to continue running on the field.
This thing we call koto, when there's a sharp pain in your leg,
that's
and it can curve in, you rub them, and then when it's just getting absorbed on your leg, it helps free your leg, right? And now, like I was saying, you go to the team doctor say, okay, Wellon Gibson, Elijah, come and give your injection, right? The pain goes away. You go to the pitch, you play. But guess what? It's just like in Liberia, I can say we're behind the people that are behind.
Okay.
I will say that for free. Sorry if you think
we're behind the people that are behind.
But we are behind. Those who we think they are behind in things.
Okay.
For an example, Elijah is behind everything. But guess what? Elijah is behind, meaning they are behind everything.
Okay.
So that's how Liberia look, right? But I read there should be a weekly update, a daily update about injury concern of each team and each player.
Yeah. How many of the things that we have that can do that?
Heaven 11 didn't know that Frederick Dennings was injured.
Okay.
And he could not feature for B Mountain. So in their team talk, they did mention him because he's a key player, one of the key players, right?
Okay.
He noted for that long passes to Ralph Weah, who plays from the left flank. And now they were like, okay, don't let Frederick give the long passes. And if Frederick having to give these long passes, you as a defender, don't stay away from Ralph. Be closer to him. Because when you closer to him, the two of you guys will decide where the ball is coming.
Okay.
Now they have the fountain talk. They want to defeat. To my utmost surprise, Frederick and I was listening the El Clasico on his phone from the VIP stands.
Okay.
What happened? You got quick.
So how to identify now the new men that will come in the back?
Now there are some players to Frederick was a Shane Barry.
Okay.
But if Frederick is up, they decided to off Barry to play that number of game, right? So I saw them struggling in terms of substitution. Who now, right? How will we play is become
Yeah.
like.
So we don't have much time. Let's just run over this one. Rules and regulation committee of 2025-2026 league season. Any club present and phone holding shared or ownership in two different clubs with the same division will face 5 years suspension. Additionally, the club associated with the violation will immediately be relegated on the day of the offense if confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you so Edwin is the owner of the Heaven 11. He want to have shared in B Mountain.
In Big Mount. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It don't make a sense at all, right? Because this entire thing, let's set it around the issue of match fixing.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So if I want to get a share in any other club, or I think that I want to run a reserve team,
Okay.
now in advanced country, they have the under 21 league. Where you see, if for example, if Liberia was advanced, again, if we were advanced, right, we go have the
We are getting there, by the way.
we go have the under 21 league
Okay.
or under 19, and we will have
Do we have the capacity?
that's what they were coming to now, right?
Okay.
We will have the same 14 teams we have in the first division. We have the same Facel meeting having 11 under 19, Facel meeting having 11 under 21. That's what we call a proper football program, because a player might be promoted from the under 18 to the 19, from the 19 to the 21. Before he reaches to the 21, he has that full mature mind
Yeah.
and comes and blow. Or if he don't reach there, probably you go handpick him, promoting, right? I can remember setting about last year having 11 launches. They are on a 21 team, and today is paying for them gradually. But the team is not playing in the league. They don't play in the league, right? What they do is that they play series of test matches every time. That's why you see when you go to the team training, they got more than 45 players training every day. But these 45 players, they kind of switch in, right?
Okay.
So they bring in and go in. They always playing against the under 21, sometimes in the friendly matches, they fight for, right? So if I want to have that, right, I should get a second division club. Like, let's say, okay, Edwin, I get Edwin Butterfield United 1, Butterfield United 2. But now Butterfield United 2, when the draw comes out, right, that Butterfield is playing Butterfield United 2 in the Orange Cup, the letter will be waiting that one person should forfeit the match. And I will know that I will not pay them. Right? And you used to see when BYC 2 get promoted,
Okay.
they can't receive the promotion. You're aware, right? Whenever they get promotion, they don't take it. They don't honor it. We saw that because you got BYC, the senior team was playing in the Premier League here in Liberia,
Okay.
and the BYC B or BYC 2 was playing in the second division. So there's nothing like I promote you, you promote no. If you go, they got Real Madrid, Cash that plays in the second La Liga. They can't receive promotion.
Okay.
They're just there for playing what? Playing sick.
They're just there for playing, so this will create a conflict of interest,
and
match
avoid-
fixing.
So it will avoid match fixing because, like, let's look at the issue of Jubilee and Facel.
Yeah. Facel, Jubilee. Now, Jubilee, if win the case, they will have to be promoted to the first league.
They might not be promoted because is I don't know how to say, it's glaring.
No, as per
It's
what
open.
Yeah, they might not, but on the other hand, there's a court proceeding.
Okay, let's assume. My point here is that let's assume they won the case.
Yeah,
Today, they win the case, right? Okay, now CAS informed the LFA. The team cannot participate in the first league. Now the LFA come back say, okay, no, they can participate. Then you can ask me why. Because Those are
CAS
teams
will
that
say the team need to participate into the first league. And what I do believe, or what I understand as to what I read, if CAS having to say that they have to participate into the league, they will have to do what we call dress by dress.
yeah, that's you get the point, right? The LFA did all that, all of all this thing, right?
Okay.
And then Jubilee having to come back. The rules you just read.
Okay.
It's what I'm going to now. No team, no stakeholder can get share in team A, in this team or that team.
So a stakeholder also having shared in.
Are you aware that
FC
FC Fasel
Fasel
had a share with
Yeah,
Jubilee?
Mr. Kasia could have shared with Jubilee. 80%, that's what we heard.
Okay. So 80% is the majority.
Yeah.
It tell you that Jubilee belong to the Nice Liberia group, the same
Yeah,
company
name
that
group of
owns,
company.
that owns FC Fasel, right?
Okay.
So why would you allow the two teams to play in the same league? That's why conflict of what interest.
So let's look at determine get Shatta. What happens to
So Jerry say, right?
proceeding?
Okay, Jerry say
Okay.
Shatta is owned by the UA family.
Okay.
Shatta get a sponsorship deal
For
for
Neve.
Neve Liberia.
And Neve
Neve
is the owner of
owned
Determine Girl.
of Determined Girls, right?
Okay.
So now the sponsorship Shatta gets a shot sponsorship to promote the company.
Okay.
Are we getting there, right? To promote the company. So they wear a jersey bearing the name
Yeah.
of the company, and now they show out, right, to it. So it could be a sponsorship deal, and now the two teams become what? Beta what? Our rivals. There's nothing like
There's nothing of a conflict of interest or
right?
need of mass
Very
placing.
good.
When the two teams means it's just like two lions are
Two lines.
fighting.
So if to say the UA family can say, okay, the word Shatta come from Carisburg.
Yeah,
We got Shatta Market, Shatta Community, everything is in
Shatta
Carisburg.
Symmetry.
The Shatta, yes, or Heart, right? So honestly, if they can say today, yeah, we decide, let's set the team to okay. It's just that, for example, Battle Mass.
Okay. Battle Miles is doing
It's
Shatta,
also have a sponsorship with Shatta.
Watanga,
Watanga, right? So you got Bogon Delay. There are other series of company.
Yeah,
We have
Snaps with Pinsville FC.
yes.
So now we are out of time. We need to go. Let's read the comments here currently as it relates to the morning edition on Sports Extra with Elijah Pine and Edwin Badafoy. Connor, that's Connor Samson Kong is saying, I'm watching you this morning from Nima Lokatu. And also Dennis Simon is saying, I'm Simon Dennis. I'm watching you from Buchanan City, Green Basel County. And Darius Bacon is saying, Elijah will tell you that the dynamics can be changed. Overall, this country isn't yet ready for football at all, my brother. Other nations around us, making significant progress in football, but only us on door because we are not serious for anything, most especially sports in general. Sao the boss is saying, I love Intel Sports. And Murad Bangura also saying, hi, good morning, guys. So that is it here this morning on Sports Extra read on Interest. Before we let go of it, can you bring all out to speed as it relates to the results yesterday in the First Division League of the Liberia Football Association?
They ran two of the LFA 4th Division League matches. Kick off on Thursday, the 20th of October. Borough FC, Formula of Global Farmer, recorded 1-0 victory against Blackman Warrior. On Saturday, Liska FC, former champions, defeated Downtown 2-1. The matches continue on Sunday. In Rabbits Post, Grand Kid Heaven 11 came from a goal down to force B Mountain to a 1-1 draw. In Ghanarsville, LPLC Warriors recorded 1-0 win against Discovery. In Buchanan Grand Bassa, Watanga FC got their first 3 points of the league season when it defeated Ghanarsville by a goal to nil. Now to Pinzio, the biggest win of the day. Pinzio FC recorded a 6-2 victory against Freeport FC. But the most shocking and surprising result of the day comes when Wulagisi FC, the newcomers, pinned defending champions FC Fasel 2-1. There were 7 matches across the country. 6 wins, 6 defeats, 1 draw. 19 goals scored in total. Check on Intel's Sport Facebook page. You get a full match report. Thank you so much. I'm Edwin Badafoy.
Thank you, Dad Edwin Batafoyan, for that match report as it relates to the game. What happened in the second division league? Neymar Quado and Samara FC went on to a nil-nil draw. Shatter FC get a win, 4-0 win over Invincible 11. When Town defeated Jida FC 3-0. Then also Golden Drain, the newcomers, top the league table, 2 wins in 2 games, and they are defeating DSK 71-0 over the week at the SKD Party page in Painesville. Thank you this morning for following us. My name is Elijah Pine. Bye-bye.
Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.